Okay, so I am changing the drive axles, the front drive axles, the CV axles, the half shaft assembly, whatever you want to call them, on my 2013 Dodge Ram 1500. Now, usually you just have to take off the upper control arm ball joint and then the tie rod end to get a CV axle in, but on this one I had to take off the lower shock mount bolt and the sway bar connector or whatever that is. I can't remember what it's called, but I had to take that bolt off in order to be able to move the lower control arm up and down. And sorry, my phone's shaky, but in order to push it down far enough so that I could pop my drive axle in there. So if you're having trouble with your drive axle, that you have to take everything off to pop it down enough to get it down enough to put the drive axle in. So now I'm going to put everything back together. And one of the troubles I'm having on the drive axles is on the passenger side. The intermediate shaft to the CV axle wore out on the inside. I put in a used one, and if you look here, I could move this up and down. That's because my intermediate shaft, which looks like that, goes in there like that. It got all chewed out on the old one. All the teeth got wore out, and then on the inside of the shaft, inside of the CV axle, it wore out, and now it's like really loose in there. Now I can't get out the half shaft or the intermediate shaft after I take out the drive axle. I can't get that shaft out. So if somebody posted a video of it or knows where to get information on that, if you could give me some heads up on it, because otherwise I'm going to have to take out my front differential on my next job and find out how to get that half shaft out. On the other side, the half shaft popped out with the CV axle like that, and it looks like that on the other side. So I'm trying to figure out the passenger side. I can't get it out, so what I did was I put in a used CV axle for now in case I wreck this one. I believe it's going to get chewed out again, and hopefully I could figure out how to get it out of there other than taking out the differential. I might take the differential apart anyway just to find out. I'll post a video on it, but I'll show you the inside of that drive axle that I took out of there. This is the drive axle that I took out of there. It was in fairly good shape still, but if you look inside there, the teeth are all chewed out, and the teeth are chewed out on the intermediate shaft as well too. And then this was loose on there. So I'm going to change it, and again, if somebody has a video on it, please let me know how to get that out before I find out and post a video on it. And again, on this side, I'm going to have to take off that and that bolt to get this CV axle into there, because I've tried every which way possible. I've done this 100 times and I cannot get it in there. It seems like this is too long sticking out for what I got for distance here. So I believe the lower control arm has to be pushed down. In order to do that, I have to disconnect this and that and then push it down like I did on the other side. So yeah, if you're having trouble with that, that's how you get those CV axles in. They're easy to take out, or unless you had to take those pieces off to get them out, then you already know how to do it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully somebody gives me a heads up on how to get that intermediate shaft out, because there's nothing on the internet right now on how to get it out and fix that problem, because it seems like on these Dodge Rams, the way they made them with an intermediate shaft, that they're two separate parts. And usually a drive axle looks like that solid, but it's not. In the Dodge, it goes like that. And it's two separate parts, and then the drive axle is here, and then this part is a female, and this goes into it. And I think that's a stupid idea, but because it stripped out on me once, and my 4x4 stopped working, and now it will probably do it again unless I figure out how to change that intermediate shaft. Thank you. Thanks for watching.